All right, folks, it's ditch or date time. We're all going to listen to this woman's saga, and we're going to let her know if she needs to get back with this man. It's also we have another similar segment called Second Chance at Romance, but this wouldn't be a second chance. This would be a fifth chance.
Ooh.
Fifth chance at romance.
Okay.
Because that's how many times they've broken up.
How many strikes you get in baseball?
3.
Okay, that's way too many.
That's All right, Mo, give us the D's.
Dear Bert Show, my boyfriend and I have broken up at least 4 times. It's always due to an argument that gets out of control. Most of the time, it's like 2 to 3 week breakups. The last time we broke up for 2 months, a week after he kicked me out of his house during an argument. I reached out and I left a letter for him. He responded to my letter and we talked about things. He said he does love and miss me and we can take things slow. So I'm trying to do that, but it seems like I am making the most of the contact. He has texted and called some, but most days I feel like it's me reaching out more. He never treated me like this before. Never has said no if I asked to see him. Never took an hour or so to call me back. Never has put me off like he's doing now. But I am trying to show effort and be consistent. He only lives 10 minutes away. And I used to be at his house every night with him and his 2 daughters. There is a lot of time invested with him and his girls. I love them like they are mine. But he is saying now he doesn't want to confuse them. So I have not even gotten to see them in over 2 months. And it's hard to not want to go right back how we were. I almost feel like he is pushing me and just seeing how much I can take. He said we could take it slow. He wants to see action. But how can you have action without even being around each other? He said we could have the weekends together. So today is Friday, and I asked if I could see him. And what would he like to do? Then he starts saying, well, I have some things to do this afternoon. And I said, okay, what about Saturday? Can we hang out and maybe go to the park? He was like, yeah, maybe we could do something like that. I just feel like I am begging at this point just for some bare minimum effort on his part. Why would he say he's willing to take it slow, but yet not even putting in much effort? Am I pushing too hard? Should I stay consistent and just ride it out? I love him and the girls. I want us to get back on track. We once were engaged, but broke up after an argument in February. We got back together after 2 weeks, but he did not go back to being engaged, but we went back to how things were. But we went back to how things were with me there every night. He is younger than me. He has had a lot of hurt in his life, and he's emotionally immature when it comes to having arguments. I don't want to give up on him. It was hard being without him for those 2 months, but it's also hard to think I'm putting all this effort and not getting the same back. I just don't know what to do.
This might have to be a tough love segment.
Ooh, that's exactly what this is.
Listening to it, Davi, I don't know if you have the same guttural reaction I do after listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl.
Run away.
Yeah, it's done.
Run far, far away.
Especially the fact that this is the 5th time. So you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different response.
Mm-hmm.
That is the definition of insanity. And so I understand you have a connection with him because you have history together, and there's also kids involved because you love his daughters, and I commend that, and I think that's sweet. But this guy, just from the email we read, he's not good for you.
Mm-mm.
And he's not treating you with the respect that you deserve. So I'm sure you both take responsibility in the arguments. You say they get heated, but also that he's on the immature side and doesn't handle arguments well. So why break your back by putting in all this effort when he's literally going to give you nothing in return?
And there are people, when they know you want something from them, they're like, ooh, that's what you want, and I will forever hold it from you. And they know that you'll keep begging, and all you want is the bare minimum of friendship, politeness, a relationship, being a boyfriend. He's not going to give it to you because, he, like you said, he's emotionally immature. He's been through some stuff. He's got to get to the end of that himself and get to that adult that he needs to be because he's just enjoying you begging too much.
Yeah, I get it. I can see why it's hard for her with the girls being involved, and she seems to really love him and want to be patient with him. But a man that loves you and wants to be with you, he is never going to put you through this much. You're never going to have to work this hard to get no effort back on his part. You've heard the third time being the charm a lot. You've never heard the 5th time's the charm. There's a reason for that.
I've heard the 10th time's the charm.
10th time's the charm? See,
No.
so I mean, she's got a couple more
never
years
heard
of
that.
breakup.
Just give it 5 more times.
No, I mean, in all sincerity, I think we all are in agreement here, and I know it might not be what you want to hear, but if I'm your bestie and we're sitting down, I'm going to be like, you deserve to be treated better. This is a lot of drama. And if you want somebody that's consistent, then you're going to have to break up with this guy. The right decision doesn't always feel good.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt at first, but eventually you will feel so much better after you are done with this whole trying to figure him out nonsense.
It's really difficult to be someone's like fifth option when they're your number one priority.
Yeah.
So you're gonna it's gonna be hard, but girl, you gotta run like Forrest Gump. I just felt like running. Get
Yep.
away.
The Bert Show.